Okay, what's going on? Drive time, back at it again. So, gotta address this situation with the daycare painting the little boy's nails pink. So, don't know about it. 3-year-old boy gets picked up from daycare by his grandma. Grandma finds out that his nails have been painted pink, and the permission was never given by the parents to paint his nails at all, any color. So the grandma goes to the daycare to go address it, and I guess so far from the information that's come out, the father, I believe, called first, or the mother called first, and there was a conversation, so the staff knew about it, and then the staff that was there, like the supervisor or whoever, called the owner and was on the phone with the owner as the grandma walks in to address it. And the grandma's recording, so that's how we have this portion of it. So the grandma goes in, and even though she's upset, arguably you can say she was pretty calm given the situation. So she walks in, the lady says, ask who she was or if she needed to speak to her. She said yes, something like that. And then the lady, since she saw the lady was on the phone, she says, it's fine, I'll wait till you're done with your phone call. The lady says, well, I'm on the phone with the owner, would you like me to put it on speakerphone? And she said, yes, that's fine. So then the grandma starts explaining, and then this lady starts cutting her off. Now, this is the reason why I'm talking about this. A lot of y'all got businesses and you shouldn't. There's a lot of people that decide to go into business and you don't have no business doing it. You either don't understand, not either. In some way or form, you don't understand simple business basics. And this lady, who has a business working with the public, has zero concept of customer service at all. Because when the grandma started trying to talk to her, she starts cutting her off. And then the lady starts to get mad. She's like, I'm not done talking and you're cutting me off. So then the lady is like talking about, well, I'm already addressing this with my staff and I don't need you coming in here yelling. And immediately I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is all wrong. You don't ever tell an angry person who's rightfully angry that they can't be angry. So she keeps cutting her off, telling her, that she's got to deal with her staff and she don't have to deal with being yelled at. And then she starts accusing the grandma of being aggressive, and the grandma saying, like, I'm not. You keep cutting me off. You won't let me talk. You're being rude. So then she starts trying to defend that. She starts trying to make excuses, talking about how she didn't know and she was gonna deal with it, but she doesn't have to be yelled at. And again, all wrong. So then she gets mad. She starts cussing at the lady. She calls her a name. The owner does this to the grandma. And then they later go and do a response video to all the backlash they got because the lady was posting it on TikTok. Now, I'm going to get to that in a minute. First of all, if your staff screws up to that degree and you know it, especially if you know it to the degree that you are going to address them anyway, you got to eat however mad the person is. That's just hands down. It's undisputable. Your employee screwed up. You are responsible because you're the business owner. If people call you and want to cuss you out, you got to eat it. Especially when lady wasn't even cussing. She just was trying to get it addressed to make sure it was handled because she didn't want her grandson's nails being painted pink. So that's one. Then they make this video, and in my head, I'm watching them do this video, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, the only thing you can say is, oops, our bad, that was a mistake, or this never happened, this lady is lying, or we had permission from the parents and she just had it wrong. That's about it. They didn't do that either. They started trying to explain it and give all these excuses, talking about how the lady was overreacting or something to that effect. They kicked the kid out of daycare. So you they punishing the family for the mistake that they made, making all these excuses. They go on to say there's a guy that works there, and this is something that all the other people do, and most parents don't care. All these wrong excuses. I work in a position where I have to deal with the angry customers. Like, our clientele base, when something goes wrong, they come directly to me. It's my whole job. And the one thing I know that you never do is try to tell an angry parent that they can't be mad. This is stupid. It's the worst thing you can do. You just gotta eat it, let them get it out, then have a conversation after the fact. But you can't tell them they're wrong and start making excuses. That don't work. Not in that order. Like, if you want to tell them after the fact, like, okay, after you hear them out, let them calm down, then explain. But that ain't what this lady did. Worst decision ever. And here's the thing that I really, really don't understand, given the fact that this is a daycare with a 3-year-old. They tried to say that the reason they do this is because kids get upset and they want to have their nails painted, and they'll tell them no and let them cry if that's what the parent asks, but the parents usually don't mind. One, why is this the activity you resort to soothe or calm 3-year-olds who put their hands in their mouth? That's dumb. Two, if the kid's upset and crying and unconsolable, I can freehand name off about 10 things that you could do instead. Puzzles, shape, like the circle and square peg things, books, crayons, peekaboo, cars, activity mats. You could put on like a daycare show. You could do some music. And just throw out, what's another one? Because I said 10 and that's only 9. You could, I said trucks, I said cars, I said activity mats, I said puzzles, I said peg ball holes, I said coloring books. Bubbles. There we go. That's 10. There's so many things you could do to calm a kid that you don't have to paint their nails. And here's the thing, and I'm going to close it with this. Y'all not dumb. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Y'all painted the boys' nails pink. And they say it's a male that works there. So you mean to tell me the man that works there didn't come and say, hey, if you're going to paint his nails, at least paint them blue or green. But you painted them pink? You knew what you was doing. And that's why she got so defensive when the grandma said something, because she knew she was guilty and wrong of some foul stuff, and it got called out, and she wanted to jump to the defense to try to make it seem like it wasn't what it actually was. And Granny just wasn't that stupid.